Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is a preview of the Panasonic S1H, which is not actually this camera. This is just the S1 because this was just a development announcement. Now what that means is that they are developing the camera and they've given us some specs via a press release as well as one photo to go off of. So let's go through some of these specs and help you understand what this camera is all about. So it's basically a full frame GH5S. Remember when the S1 and the S1R came out and people were like, where's our GH5 replacement? This isn't it. Well, this is technically it because this is the same line as the S1 and the S1R, but this is the cinematic version. This is the cinema camera that a lot of people have been waiting for because they love that GH5S, but they wanted basically something as revolutionary as that camera was in a full frame body. With that being said, the body is going to be slightly bigger. Now that's probably because it's going to need to dissipate some heat, and I'm going to tell you more about that when we get to that very important spec. But before I do that, there are some subtle differences between the H, the 1, and the R, and those are, well, it looks like up top they put a big red record button. Kind of like, I wonder if it tastes like cinnamon. If you were to lick it, would it be like Big Red? Man, I used to love Big Red gum. Steven over there used to love Big Red gum too. Oh, he did. Look at, he's smiling. You can't even see that. Anyway, I liked it, but they also move the on and off switch, where on this camera, the switch is right here for on and off. They kind of made it very similar to what the old Nikon switches were, or what they are now, where it's on, off, and then Indiglow, or that's what we used to call it when we would get to Indiglow, because it would light up the lights on the back of the camera. Now, the other curious thing, which doesn't exist actually on this camera, is this a tally light on the front?
You're a towel.
Hi, guys. I'm a tally light. It would actually be pretty cool to have a tally light that you could turn on and off, especially if you're recording yourself, or just so that you know that it's recording. It would be nice to have it. But this is the major feature that everybody wants to hear about. Panasonic is calling this the world's first interchangeable lens camera to do 6K 24p in 3:2 aspect ratio, or 16:9 at 5.9K up to 30 frames a second. And it also does 10-bit UHD 4K or Cinema 4K up to 60p, but that's cropped. That's also Super 35. For those high-end cinematic shooters that are looking for 4:3 anamorphic mode, you have it in this camera. Now the other question is the 4K downsampled from 6K? Because that would make it super duper sharp, very similar to what you have in the A7 III and the A9, and those two cameras give us super sharp video. For those who are looking for more control over your video, you have Vlog, which is capturing 14 plus stops of dynamic range. Also, you have unlimited video record time, which is similar to what you have in this S1. So now you don't have to worry about 29:59, and I think a lot of companies are going to start to figure this out, and we won't really have that restriction any longer. The question is, how much does it cost? Now, from what I'm told, it's going to be around $4,000. Does that mean $38.99? Does that mean $42.99? If I had to guess, I'm probably going to say around $4,000 means around $42.99, and they're saying that it's going to be available come the fall. Now, these are the specs that were supplied to us from Panasonic, and we do have a bunch of questions that we're going to get to in a minute, but look at this. Where is Sony? Was Sony waiting for Panasonic to come out with 6K, for them to come out with 6K with the A7S III? This is pushing the industry forward. Panasonic does 6K. You know that Sony's going to come with it. Canon hasn't even gotten to 4K full frame yet. We don't know what's going on there, but this is definitely going to move the industry forward. Now, before I get to the questions, two quick things. I'm running a 9th anniversary sale. You want 2 shirts, $20 plus shipping. Go to bit.ly/2raw sale. Or if you'd like to pick up any of my video guides, all 4 of them are on sale for 41% off when you use the code 9years. Just go on over to FroKnowsPhoto.com/guides to access the discounts for each one of those videos. Now, questions. Will it overheat? That's a great question, Jared, because Panasonic has an answer for that. And they said, when the camera's temperature rises above the specified operation temperature, the camera may automatically stop video recording to protect it from heat damage. So Panasonic right there is already saying that it might overheat. But where will it overheat? Will it be at 30 minutes? Will it be at an hour? Who knows? But that's probably why the camera is going to be slightly larger to help dissipate some of the heat. But it's nice to know that if it does overheat, it's going to stop recording and protect the camera. It doesn't come with Panasonic ice packs, but maybe that's something they will offer, you know, like the ice packs to cool it. Will it have Ibis? Because the GH5S doesn't have Ibis. If it doesn't, is it to save cost? Would you prefer to have it? I mean, I like having Ibis in, but maybe this cinematic camera isn't meant to have Ibis, but let me know what you think down below. 1, 2 card slots? I would think that it would have at least 2 card slots, one of them being XQD, which is going to be future-proof to CF Express, because ProGrade is going to be putting out those 256, 512s, 1 terabyte cards, and with 6K of data, you're going to need that for a camera like this. Will it have a global shutter? If it did, that'd be pretty cool. Built-in ND filters, being that it's a cinematic camera, a lot of those higher-end ones have ND filters built in. How will the ISO range be? Will it be better than the A7S II from Sony? Because, you know, their video shooter has a much better ISO range. High-res EVF, I would suspect that it would have the same exact EVF as this, at least I hope it does. Will it have RAW video output? Because if you're getting a cinematic camera and you want to really take control of the data, then you would want it to go ahead and shoot RAW. What will the slow-mo modes be? Will you have 240 at 1080? Will it be 180? What will it be? Because slow-mo is a big thing that people like to shoot. How will the autofocus be? Are they still working with DFD? Because after using the S1, it's not going to look too good in video if it's sitting there doing warbly warple and wobbly wobbly back and forth, because Weebles wobble, but they never fall down. I once got a Weeble wobble to fall down, but that's another story for another day. And will it have a vari-angle screen? People love the vari-angle screen on their GH5Ss, but maybe this is a higher-end cinematic camera. Maybe it won't, because this one doesn't. It just goes down like this. So that's the information that we have. We did ask them a bunch of questions, but at this time they didn't have the answers. And when we do get them, we will try to update you some way, maybe in a photo news fix. They also did want to say that the S1 is getting a firmware update soon that's going to add a lot more video features, but it will cost you some money to make the upgrade. So what do you think? What do you think about the S1H? Is this the next camera for you if you're a cinematic shooter? Let us know what you think down below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And that is where I'll leave it. Jared, Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.